a second since I made a video, but I wanted to, the next couple of days, focus on some of my winter hobbies a little bit, get into them a little bit more with y'all, some hobbies or crafts. I thought we could start with something that I've been needing to do, but I also just had the realization that I don't have the right soil for all of the plants that I was gonna repot, but I wanted to start us off with repotting some of my plants. I know I'm gonna repot this one. This one has desperately needed it. I usually use 2 different soils for my plants. This particular one that I do have that can work well for this one, it just basically has more like bark and stuff in it. And it just kind of depends on the type of plant and how water drains with that plant and their like root system and everything. She is also overdue just to be in a larger pot in general. I do think that unfortunately she might just have to go in one of these plastic pots. I think this is the best size option that I have available. Anyway, hi, my name's Camilla and I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm 26 years old and I wanted to focus a little bit on just the coziness of winter right now, I was about to say January, but of February, I guess. It just became February. Plant care, cooking. I want to start a crochet project, hopefully, so I do need to go get supplies for that. So we will do that in this video. I feel like there were other little crafts or hobbies too that I was thinking we could kind of do together in this, but I'm sure I'll remember that throughout. I have a lot of plants. Let me show you my plants really quick. This little guy I repotted recently, so I do think that he's okay. We have this guy. This is the beautiful fiddle leaf fig. Oh my gosh, wait, little garden update. If you saw my last video, I think, or the one before or something, I put this garden together and you guys, things are happening. Things are sprouting. Like, look, this is cilantro. This is cilantro. This one was repotted recently. I will say I need to just dump whatever this was out. Not whatever this was, I know what it was. It was something that I had propagated and then it just didn't seem happy in this. I don't know, something with the soil wasn't seeming to jive with the plant. Okay, then this is a big plant section over here. I mean, the more that I'm looking around, the more that I'm realizing I don't think that there is anything for me to repot that would be the right size. You know who actually really does need to be repotted though is this guy. He has not seemed to be happy in this pot, so we'll give him a look. Here's the situation. We're definitely gonna repot this guy. So I could repot it into the same pot or one of the same size, or I could repot it into something like this. Literally, the only reason I don't super duper want to is because I was wanting to phase out all of my plastic containers that I had gotten a while back to use for my plants. I wanted to phase those all out and just get more real planters, ceramics or terracotta, etc. Just the kind that, I mean, genuinely looks nicer in the home. But I do think that this size would basically be perfect for this little guy to grow. Then these plants over here are just 2 that honestly, this one needs to be repotted, but I'm not sure if I have enough soil. So I'm gonna wait until we do that one. We have my sad friend who has been stressing me out for weeks, but I don't know what to do. Like the edges of these leaves have just been getting, it looks like they're burnt. I don't know, but I had repotted this guy back in the fall and I'm thinking that it might just be upset with the soil. It might just not have liked being moved around because, you know, sometimes they get moody about that. So what I'm thinking is maybe I could propagate all of the leaves that look good. I just need to double check if there's a special way to propagate this kind of plant because I've never propagated a calathea before. Anyways, that's the whole situation. I think the right thing to do for his livelihood will be the slightly larger plastic pots. Yep, I think so. I think that's what I should do. That's the decision. One of my favorite plant stores in Atlanta this guy is in here. Loosen up these roots. Honestly, I've gotten to the point where it's easier to just repot the plant. I used to want to try to go outside to do it in some kind of way, either on my balcony or at my old apartment on the patio, or do it in the shower, which honestly doesn't really make sense, or do it over the sink, do it over a trash can. But no matter what way you do it, it's messy no matter what, and you have to clean up no matter what. So I've gotten to a point where I'm like, I can do this on the floor. Like I have a Dyson vacuum and that thing is crazy good. So it's all good, you know, it's all fine. I also get so nervous repotting this kind of plant every time, just any kind that has these like tiny roots, because the roots are so thin. It's happened to me before where I didn't think I was separating the roots enough, and then I realized that I had like ripped out all of the roots and thrown them in the trash, because when all the dirt and the roots are like balled up like that, you just don't realize that these tiny veins are the roots of some of these like thinner leaved plants and everything. I think I need to get into just making my different kinds of soil at home also, because I don't know why I buy this bougie plant soil. It's from the plant store in Atlanta called the Victorian, which is one of my favorite plant stores. That one and the Green Flamingo are my favorite plant stores in Atlanta. They both always also have like really good plants, like they're in good health and everything, and I just really like that. Of course, you want to buy a plant that's doesn't have any infestations and stuff. I always buy their soil, which honestly, I don't think it's too expensive. It's like, but I feel like I could go to Lowe's or Home Depot or Ace, get everything that's in this soil, because it is a nicer soil than just like a bag of indoor potted plant soil. And because I've learned so much about plants and how a lot of them do need kind of different soil drainage, I don't just want to use a general one type soil for every kind of plant, of course, but anyway, I always put off repotting my plants. I used to be better at it, but I'm not anymore. I let them stay in their same pot for far too long. Yay. Ta-da! I'm gonna watch a video on how to propagate calathea, and we will see if it makes sense for us to try. I think I should have enough soil to repot this guy, and it's kind of naturally coming apart into two different plants. And so I think I'm just gonna plant them separately, honestly, because he had been getting a little lopsided. So because I'm splitting a lot of it up, I think I could put this one in a smaller pot, and then I could just keep the rest of it in the same pot, is what I'm kind of thinking of doing. You know what? I'm just gonna put it on the ground. Wow, look at how much root there is. This is crazy. I really was not planning to get this chaotic with it, trust me. She is done. Now let's do the big guy. is really already starting to lean a lot. It's being such a pushover. Okay, that's gonna be the plant care for today, because that last one that I was saying I want to propagate, I realized that I could actually just unpot it, take it all apart, and then take specifically the leaves that were still doing okay and like their roots and just repot that part of the plant. And then get rid of the rest that honestly looks like it has some sort of sickness or infestation or something. I don't really know what's going on with that plant. But I need to get a different soil. I figured we could color together for a second. Catch up a little bit, honestly, because it has unintentionally been a while since I made a video. I started this little guy the other day. I literally just colored the actual tiger. So I think I'm gonna slowly work on finishing that. I have loved getting back into just the simplicity of coloring a little bit. It's so relaxing. I had gotten really sick at the beginning of January, just with like a winter cold, but it was the kind of cold that just kept me like bound to the couch for a few days. So that was what got me off on my filming at first. If you didn't know, I had started another channel as well, this movie reaction channel and everything. And so most of my focus for YouTube stuff has been going towards that channel. But I did actually film an entire video. I had filmed a whole entire video that I had started to edit. I had a quarter or a third of the footage uploaded onto my computer and I was editing that. And then I had filmed the rest of the video and it was this like decluttering, just a decluttering video, but I got rid of like 6 bags of clothes and just home items. We went through my kitchen cabinets, we went through my drawers, everything. We went through it all. It was probably like 6 or 7 hours of footage just because of the scale of how much we decluttered. We decluttered bathroom items and everything. I had fully thought that I uploaded the rest of the footage onto my computer. I fully thought I did. I don't know if I dreamt it or something, but I was like, oh yeah, no, it's on my computer. And I was going to record a video for my other channel and I saw that all of that footage was on the memory card. And usually I check this kind of thing. Usually if I'm not sure, I go and check. But I felt so sure that I just went ahead and deleted it and started filming my diddly dang video. And to my dismay, I had not put the majority of the footage for that video onto my computer. All we really got to was organizing my freaking sock drawer. So it wasn't really something that I could use or repurpose anyway. It just felt silly to do that. Then I was out of town in New York for like 4 days. Between all of that, I just got really off of my schedule. Kind of bummed, kind of disappointed in myself. But there was nothing I could do about it at that point. At that point, the footage is gone. The footage has run away. It has said sayonara. The footage did not want to be there. Obviously, I guess it just wasn't a video I was supposed to make. I let myself be really disappointed for like 5 minutes and then I was like, all right, well, gotta move on from that. And I think it'll end up being 3 or 4 weeks since I had last posted by the time I'm able to get this one up. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay, because I'm literally just doing this channel for fun. But still, I was trying to stick to more of a schedule for myself and I kind of failed a little bit. But anyway, how are y'all? How have you been doing? Don't mind my lump of a weighted blanket. That is just my weighted blanket. Never know what to do with it if it's not sitting on my bed because it's just so huge, but I love having it. I'm not getting rid of it. I love the strength of a weighted blanket. It's just so calming. I wanted to take a little bit more of some like intentional time to really make sure I'm actually still doing some of my hobbies, because I have been so focused on this other YouTube channel. Honestly, it's the main thing that I've been working on if I'm not hanging out with friends or something, because if you don't know, I work in the film industry. I'm currently not on any full-time job, so I currently have complete and total free time. I guess unemployed, although now I'm kind of employed part-time by that other YouTube channel in a way, and by the streams of income from it. But I am going back to work on a full-time film job this month in February, and I wanted to make sure that I am taking some time to work on my hobbies before going back into the chaos, before going back to 12-hour work weeks and everything. So that is why we're doing that in this video. I think I'm gonna make this like a very greenish themed thing, and then the tiger will be like this pop of orange. I'm gonna color, and I'm going to listen to my audiobook. So. Outside of a Joann's Fabrics and Crafts, because I had some appointments and errands and stuff this morning, and then it occurred to me I need to pick up some yarn, so why don't I just pop on over? I was literally right across the street from Joann's, so I think we're gonna hop into here. I haven't decided on a pattern yet, but I know I want to do coasters in some kind of way, just because I think that would be an easy start. All I've crocheted before is a wooble, so fresh off of the wooble, I think that coasters would be an easier transition. The patterns that I'm looking at though, most of them are either one color or two colors, so I think I'll just get 2 to 4 colors that I think could be cute together, and then I'll just have the yarn, and then I can decide on a confirmed pattern later when I get home. Yeah, I'm excited. Just going with these two. I just didn't want to like get a whole bunch and overwhelm myself and then not end up using it all. So I feel like starting small, 2 colors. I really liked a lot of the other colors too though. And these are both cotton yarns. It was saying that cotton would be a good option for coasters for the condensation. Any natural fibers were supposed to be good for drink condensation dripping onto coasters and that kind of stuff. So these are the picks. If you can tell, I'm definitely into cool colors lately, cool tones. So it is a few days later and it is time to at least rip the band-aid and start my crochet project. It's been a couple weeks since I last crocheted, so I might have to relearn some things, remind myself of some things. I had been pinning a bunch of different adorable little ideas on Pinterest, but I decided that at least for the first coaster, the first thing that I make a little bit more independently, I'm still gonna watch a video. So I have found a few different ones on YouTube that seem to like walk you through all the steps. Right now, I'm still afraid of like just getting a piece of paper of instructions or whatever. I'm deciding between two different YouTube tutorials. I'm deciding between a heart coaster. Let me show you. I'm deciding between this heart coaster, or which would just be one color, or this like swirly coaster, which would be two colors. And I have two colors. I think I'm leaning towards the swirl, honestly, over the heart. I'm gonna stop thinking about it actually, and I'm just gonna do the swirly one. So let's do it. I hope I have everything I need. I'm excited. I can't lie, I am feeling so frustrated right now. I just like can't fully figure it out. My fingers are starting to cramp up. So I think I need to take a break, because if you are a crocheter, I'm doing a magic loop, a variation of a magic loop to start. But then I also needed to learn a new stitch to do this magic loop. This is not looking good. So I think I'm just gonna need to start over, but I've been doing this for almost 45 minutes and all I got was this. I'm frustrated. So I need to take a breather. And you know what? That's okay. That is how it goes sometimes with learning new skills, learning new crafts, starting a new hobby. It's not gonna be easy. I feel like that's what will almost make me avoid starting a new hobby or something, is because I'm like, well, I don't know how to do stuff and it's gonna be hard. And you know what? That's just okay. That's just gonna have to be okay. That can't stop me. I do have to step away from this right now, and that's okay too. I have to give myself a break before I explode. Eventually started to make some ground. Last night I retried this magic loop stuff. I did okay. Still pretty bad, but it was something that I could work with, whereas this is my first like magic loop that I was trying to make. And then I think this was my second. Still pretty bad. Neither of them look anything like they're supposed to. But then my third one, I started to do okay. And so I've started to make the coaster. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna finish this coaster in this video because I think I've messed up again. Somehow these are the two loops that I'm supposed to be working with for the colors, but somehow I have managed to like dislodge some of the actual green that I'm working with. I've like somehow undone some of the stitches when I was weaving the blue into it. And anyway, this is telling me that I should rewind and do maybe a square coaster, because I don't think you have to do a magic loop for a square. Magic loops are for circular things. Maybe do a square coaster, one color. And then I'll allow myself to branch out from there, potentially. I'm feeling very frustrated with this one, and I know that I've messed something up, but I honestly don't think I have the crochet knowledge, the crochet skills yet to figure out exactly what I did and know how to go back and undo it or fix it or anything. Like, I don't know. So I think I might scrap this one and go to a simple square coaster or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm giving up, but also I don't want to keep frustrating myself and then just be annoyed with the end product. So, you know, take everything that I'm learning and just start over and just try something else, you know, for a second. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Hi, here's Peanut. So I think next time I go to crochet something, I'm gonna look for a plain one color square coaster. But you know what? It's the effort that counts, you know? I'm trying. I'm working on some hobbies. at all of that crochet stuff, it was nice to just go back to coloring and finish this beautiful little guy up. So that's my end product for this. And I think with that, that'll also bring this video to a close. So if I could just leave you with some final words of encouragement, I think hobbies are just so important and so lovely and nice to have. And it can be as simple as coloring or doing crossword puzzles or Sudoku or something. Or it can be, you know, something a little bit more in depth or where you need some more materials like crocheting. Or plants, like plants are such a huge hobby in themselves, taking care of them, tending to them. But I just feel like it is so helpful and so nice, especially in this day and age of social media. Not to be too cliche, but it's true that it can be so nice to just have hobbies, things to do with our hands, things where we can disconnect from the electronic world, you know, and just pour ourselves into something that we're not doing for work, we're not doing to make money or some sort of profit off of it or anything. We're doing just because it's nice, just because it relaxes us, just because we enjoy doing it. You don't have to be good at it. You don't have to be good at any of these things at all. It has been really nice for me to slowly, over the past few months, I've been trying to increase the hobbies that I have and give more time and intentional time to those hobbies, and it has felt really nice when I do. It's nice to have something where you can just allow your brain to turn off a little bit. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. I'll see you very soon. Bye!